Hello there my lovelies, so today this is a yes or no reading, any question you want. This is the pick a card section at the front, but at the end of the video there is also going to be an all sign reading as well, so please check out your sun, moon and rising signs. There is going to be resonation cards for each of them. You can feel free to pick multiple questions if you've got multiple questions, or if you do feel like you need a little bit more confirmation. If you do end up getting, say, a yes with one and a no in the other, know that things are in flux right now. The universe is not static. Everything you do, everything everybody else does has an effect, and your choices can have an effect. So if you're getting different readings, it means the fact that it's still in flux. That is good in some ways though, because that means you can actually influence it a lot more heavily than if it was static, if it was set. But as always, you can always manifest, you can always change your future, you can always change your destiny. We might not be able to change the past, but we can change the future. So these are your four piles at the moment. I'm going to get you some gemstones and some other ones to go with it. As always, please check out the resonation cards with them, as it'll help you to understand whether the reading is for you or if you need to check out another pile. So I'm going to start out with the numbers. So I'm going to get some numbers. So I'm actually using Magic the Gathering roll downs. So those of you that like Magic the Gathering, as I have a lot of them. So pile 1, we've got this black and grey dice. Sorry, black and grey roll down. That is number 9. And the second pile we have got is, we have got 6. This is the the red and blue one. Pile 3, we have got this green one, which is number 17. And we're going to have the black one for the one right at the end. It kind of matches, black and green. And we've got a natural 1. So some of you might feel a little bit like you've been failing a little bit, or something might be a failure. Just a little bit of note with pile 1. We're going to get some of the letters as well for each of the piles. So pile 1, we have got E, we have got G. Pile 2, we have got C, we have got B. Pile 3, we have got N, and we have got H. Pile 4, we have got V, and we've got Q. So we're also going to get you a gemstone each. So I feel like pile 1, we need to get this moonstone. Pile 2, we've got this little angel. Pile 3, we have got this pentacle. And pile 4, we've got this one here, which it actually has a broom kind of drawn on it. We're going to get a few charms as well. So pile 1, your charm is a seahorse. I always see seahorses as a responsible man, so you might be dealing with a responsible man, or you might be hoping that somebody is acting responsibly or responsible. Pile 3, we have got this little happy heart. Sorry, pile 2, we have got this happy heart, this happy smiley face. So pile 3, you might get drawn to pile 2 as well, please note. So we've got this happy smiley face. Pile 3, we have got a little green gummy bear. Also got a lot of green there actually. So some of you might be about healing or money. And pile 4, we have got this little moon. So as always, just pick whichever one you feel drawn to the most. I'm going to show you the piles in a second, and I am going to get some resonation cards. So if you're really unsure of which ones to pick, check out the resonation cards to begin with, because that will really help you to know whether this reading is for you or which pile it is for you, because I know sometimes people do struggle with selecting them. But I will see you in a second. And hello there, pile one. So we are going to get some resonation cards for you to begin with, to just understand if this is reading for you. If you do feel like it's not the reading for you, please watch the end, as there might be more information that you need to know about, but feel free to go and pick a different card reading instead. Just might be there's some sort of information or something else you need to know. So with the pile one, we have got the 9, we've got the seahorse, and as I said before, you might be dealing with either a responsible man or somebody wanting somebody to be responsible. We have got the moon, we have got E, and we have got G. And the E is a 1 and the G is a 2. So let's get started. So how are you feeling about the situation right now? How are you feeling about the question that you want a yes or no answer for? How are you feeling about the yes or no question right now? Definitely feeling a little bit stuck, a little bit hidden away. Definitely feeling very, very stuck. Definitely feeling very hidden away. I do feel like that the happiness is being hidden by sadness. And I feel like there's almost like this lament. Nostalgic lament. Like, you're thinking about something and you're thinking, you know what, I really used to be happy, we really used to be happy doing this, I used to really be happy, and you're kind of thinking about it over and over and over again. You're kind of going back and forth over and over and over again. I do feel like that this is causing you this feeling of feeling a little bit weak, feeling a little bit upset, feeling a little bit unsure of yourself, feeling like nothing really is moving forward. Very much like you find yourself kind of reminiscing about the past, reminiscing about what has happened. So very much in this lament, this sadness about thinking, oh, you know, I used to be happy, we used to be so happy, we used to be so happy, or I used to be so happy. So it's almost like you're reminding yourself of happier times, of happier days. You're reminiscing a lot. But what do you actually need to know about this question though? But I do feel like you're trying to hide that sadness though. You're definitely not like kind of telling people or showing people. You're definitely kind of trying to hide it. The truth is coming out for you, and this is so you can regain control. Because I feel like you've kind of been rejecting other offers or rejecting movement forward because you're set in this state of reminiscing, thinking about the past, daydreaming about the past. So the reason why the truth is having to come out for you is because you're daydreaming about the past, because you're thinking about the past, because you're obsessing about the past. You're kind of missing out on other opportunities. So it's almost like a case of like, either you have to have a yes or you have to have a no, but you need that information. You need the closure to go in one direction or another. Because at the moment, it's just keeping you stagnant. At the moment, it's just stopping from progressing. At the moment, it's really kind of preventing you from going anywhere. So, but what about the answer to your question though? Is this a yes or is this a no? As always, do remember that you can always reject or accept this by just typing in the chat down below in the comment section, I accept this 1111, or just type in I reject this. As we do always have power over what we are trying to manifest, what are we trying to create in this world. Is it a yes or is it a no? So I do feel like this is a no, and I feel like there is a lot of sadness here, and I almost want to cry. I almost want to cry, and I feel like this is quite painful. I do feel like this is a no though. This is almost like I was kind of fearing this, and what will be will be. And sometimes we have to kind of let go of the past or let go of something so that we can progress forward, so that we can move forward and that we can carry on. With the reverse of the Knight of Wands here though, I do feel like there is issues with communication and cutting off communication, almost like cutting this out of your life. I do feel like you're going to feel emotionally better afterwards. Not straight away by all means, but after a while you will start to feel better about this. You will start to feel like you are progressing and you will start to feel better. So I hope that helps you out, and as always, you can accept or reject this. Just type in chat down below. And please do check out your all sign reading as well, your sun, moon and rising sign. But I hope that has helped you out, and I hope it's given you a little bit of clarity. Hello there, pile 2. So pile 2 here, we have got, for your yes or no reading, we have got the 6 blue and red dice. We have got this little black angel. We have got the little happy smiley face. And we have got the C and we have got the B. So we're going to get some resonation cards to begin with, so you can see whether or not this resonates with you or whether or not it doesn't. If it doesn't resonate with you, please watch the end, as there might be other reasons why you needed to watch this. So there might be other messages that you need to take away from this, but feel free to watch some others or watch your all sign reading instead. So can you give me how they are feeling about this at the moment to help us to resonate with this and help us to connect? How are they feeling about this at the moment? 6 of Cups here, kind of joyful, indecisive but joyful. I feel like you're on a quite of a like happy, not happy time, but like quite joyful, quite happy, quite relaxed, a bit indecisive. And this is because of lack of movement. So like, this is a little bit like, I'm kind of happy, I'm kind of content, but there is lack of movement. There isn't much movement forward here. So I do feel like I'm stagnant. So I feel like this is more of like, almost like a weather report for you. I know that sounds ironic, but this is almost like you kind of go, you know what? I need a heads up of how things are going for me in the future, how things will be progressing for me in future. So I really know and understand where do I need to go from here and how do I need to go from here. So I do feel like this is actually you realizing, you know what? Where do I really want to go from here? Where do I really want to carry on from here? One thing I would say though is I do feel like you're kind of stepping back from this and going, oh, I'm not really sure what I really want, what I want to come out of this. But I feel like you're enjoying the process, should I say. I feel like you do have a little bit of a leaning to one answer or another, but I feel like you're quite cool either way, you know. You're quite calm, you're quite cool either way. But we're going to go into what do you need to know about this question right now, so we can get a little bit more detail. So what do you need to know about this question right now? I feel like there will be this element here of a little bit of sadness attached to it, as disconnect, as I feel like whatever the outcome of this, it's going to cause disconnection. Like, it's going to cause you to go almost like a fork in the road, like go down one path or another. So there is going to be people either way that you have to disconnect from, or that kind of leave your life, or situations that leave your life. But this is much more on focus on your long-term happiness. Like, as we go through this fork in the road, we're looking more into the distance of where is going to make us happy, like 5-10 years down the line. Not necessarily right now, but 5-10 years down the line. What is going to make us happy? Where are we going to go from here? Where are we going to carry on from here? So I do feel like there is an element here of like, what are we going to do next? Where are we going to go next? What are we going to do next? I do feel like though that this is kind of setting you up for long-term happiness. So this is like a pivotal moment, I almost want to say, like a pivotal moment for you in your life. You know, like when people make a decision, should I go to uni, or should I go to work, or should I take this job, or should I marry this person, that kind of thing. These pivotal moments in our life that really impact where we go and what we do in the future. So we're going to go into detail now with the yes or no. So is the answer to your question a yes, or is it a no? Is the answer to the question yes or no? I do feel like it's a yes. I don't feel like it's going to be, things are going to play out instantly though. I feel like there is some information being held back right now. I do feel like it's going to be a yes eventually, but there's almost like some information being held back or some sort of slowdown to do with this. Some information is definitely being hidden away. But just to clarify with the King of Cups here, I do feel like it is a yes. It's just slow. That's the only thing I don't like about it. Like, I'd be hoping to see this one upright, which is the Page of Cups. But because it's in reverse, it feels very slow. I definitely feel like it's a yes though, so don't worry about it. It's just, unfortunately, sometimes when they are quite big decisions or big changes, it takes a little bit of time for things to progress or things to move forward. So take that, and please do take care, and please check out your sun, moon and rising. But as always, we can reject or accept this. Just comment down below, I accept it, 1111, or if you want to reject it, I reject this, just so that you can let the universe know and you can put your intentions into manifesting whichever outcome you wish, if you want to push it in one way or another. Alright, please do take care. Hello there, pile 3, this is your reading. So to begin with, we're going to get some resonation cards. If you do feel like it's not resonating for you, please feel free to carry on watching the whole of the reading, as there might be some other information you need to know. But please go and check out one of the other readings. So we have got for you, for your number, at number 17. We've got this pentacle here. We have got the green, we've got the green teddy bear here, green gummy bear. We've got H and we've got N. And we're going to get started. So, how are you feeling about your question right now? How are you feeling about the question right now? Feeling like a little bit lost, like you're letting go, but actually this is a journey for you, and I feel like part of you knows this is a journey, this is a new beginning, this is a new start. I feel like you're worried about pulling away though, but you are actually going to manifest. You are good at manifesting your dreams and manifesting your desires. So although I feel like there is a lot of fear of letting go, of releasing, letting go, you do kind of know that releasing and letting go is part of the manifestation process. It's part of creating your dreams and creating your goals, that we have to often kind of sweep things away so that something new can come out. But you are worried right now of letting go, of pulling away some of your energy, or letting go of somebody, or letting go of something. So there is this fear of letting go, fear of getting rid of something. What do you need to know about the question though? What do you need to know about this question though? It definitely represents a new beginning for you, and I feel like this is some communication that is coming in to kind of propel you forward. But there is this element here of releasing, of letting go. And I feel like more than anything here, I do feel like you're having to kind of realise that, you know what, you kind of are releasing, you are letting go, you are heading forward. One thing I would kind of stipulate here though, that as you kind of release things, as you kind of let go, I feel like that kind of sense of ease of going, you know what will be, will come in. But I feel like it's more the anxiety of what comes next. Like, as I release, as I grow, as I let go, what comes next? So we're going to have a look at your yes and no answer now though. So is the answer to your question a yes, or is it a no? Is the answer to the question a yes or a no? Although this is kind of a delayed yes, and I feel like there is some releasing, some letting go, like almost like this is being transformed into something new, or transpired into a new kind of situation or a new type of thing. I do feel like it's going to come out as a yes. I feel like you're going to be quite happy in the long run, but I feel like it is a little bit delayed. That's the only thing I don't like about it. It's a little bit delayed, a little bit of slowdown, and I feel like there's a little bit of transformation. So it might play out a little bit differently than you expected, or a little bit differently than was planned. But I do feel like this is going to end up as a yes in the end. So I hope that helps you out, and please know that if you do not like the response of this reading, you always have the power to accept or reject it. Just type in chat in the comments down below, I accept this 1111, or I reject this. And please always check your sun, moon and rising sign in the all sign reading at the end, as it might give you some more information, or just to give you a different question, answer to a different question. Hello there, pile 4. So pile 4, we have got the number 1 here for you today. We're going to get some resonation cards in a second, but we've got number 1 for you, and I'm getting drawn heavily to the number 1. It is a natural one. If you play D&D or anything like that, you know that like natural 1 means like sometimes people see it as a failure or worried about failure. So you might be worried about failure or feeling like that you've had a bit of a failure, just to draw you to it. And we've got the moon card here, and we have got for the gemstone, we've got a little broom on there, and we've got the letters V and Q, and that's 4 and 10 on those. So we're going to get started with your resonation cards to begin with, to give you a little bit of a perspective of if this reading is for you. If you don't resonate with this, please check and watch to the end, as there might be a little bit of an extra message in here that might be why you've got drawn to it. Or alternatively, please do check out one of the other pick a card readings, one of the other piles, or check out your all sign readings at the end, as it might give you a little bit of extra perspective, or if you just want to ask a different question. So what do you need to know about this situation, this question that you're asking about right now? You might be feeling a little bit stuck, a little bit. I just want to get a 5th card actually as well. So 5th card is the Temperance. Feeling a little bit stuck, of a little bit of a slowdown here. What is hidden is the self-improvement. So I feel like there is some self-improvement going on, but it is a little bit hidden right now. I don't feel like you really realise that you are doing a lot of self-improvement, pile 4, right now. You don't really see that improvement yet. You don't really see where you're moving forward yet. The Temperance card though, you are taking things slowly. You are taking things slowly. Things are slowly moving when it comes to this self-improvement. But you feel like you're in charge, you feel like you're in command of things. Like, you're definitely coming from a place of strength here. Like, you feel like you're in control. You feel like you are in demand, some of you, but definitely in control. There is this slowness and calmness there. And I feel like more than anything, you don't really realise how much you have improved and how much you are improving right now. So, a little bit of like unrealised improvements, but overall quite positive. Like, you're quite positive right now, quite in control. What do you need to know about your question though? Although you feel in control of your own life, I feel like this is going to cause some ruckus for you. With the reverse of the Emperor card here, I feel like it is going to cause some ruckus. It's going to cause some changes, some rapid change. So you're going to have to emotionally distance yourself from it a little bit, because I feel like whatever the outcome is, it's going to cause a lot of problems. It's going to cause a lot of ruckus in your life. Communication will help to progress it, but whoever you're dealing with, or whoever is involved in this situation, this question, it feels like they're not very strong or very confident. If it's a situation, it's like the situation isn't very strong or confident right now. So bear that in mind. I feel like that it is going to cause a lot of issues for you. It's almost like it's going to throw up everything up in the air. So emotionally distance yourself from it. Try and get the rest of your life kind of in order as well, because I feel like that's going to kind of help you when the information comes out. So, what do you actually need to know about this situation right now, though? I just feel like there's another card in here, though. Again, with the Ace of Wands, communication coming in, communication. So I feel like you're going to get communication about this very soon. What is hidden here is, I feel like there will be a little bit of heartbreak involved in this. So I feel like this is the reason why it's saying to emotionally distance yourself from it. And I feel like that's why I was drawn to kind of get some more cards. That there is going to be some communication that is going to cause a little bit of heartbreak, a little bit of upset. So do kind of detach yourself from it. And by that I mean, like, don't put your self-worth into it, if that makes sense. What about the answer, though? Is it a yes or is it a no? Is the answer to the question a yes or a no? So I do feel like you really want it to be a yes, and you're really manifesting it to be a yes, but I feel like it is a no. Like I said, do bear in mind that things can change and we can control and change our outcomes, but I've got to tell you, I really feel like this is a no. I almost want to say yes for you because I feel like you're begging, you're praying for a yes, but with the reverse of the Nine of Cups here, I feel like there is a lot of insecurity here. Or it wouldn't kind of give you the value if it was a yes, if that makes sense. Like, it wouldn't give value to you. We have got the World card here and the reverse of the Page of Wands. So, like, this is almost like lack of movement forward. Things slowing down a lot. And I feel like with the Hermit card, there is going to be more people or more situations coming in your life instead. So, bear that in mind. Like, as we said before, don't put your whole self-worth into this. But I feel like over time you will kind of get a new situation or a new thing coming forward, which will really kind of help you progress and really help you to carry on. So I hope that helps you out. But as always, you can change the results of any of these by manifesting, by changing, altering your reality. So if you do want to reject this, please just type in chat, I will reject this. If you want to accept it, just type in 1111, I accept this. But bear in mind that you can always change reality. So please check out your sun, moon and rising signs at the end for the all-sign reading as well. Hello there, Aries. This is your star sign reading for yes or no. So we're going to go through it now. So we're going to get a couple of resonation cards now for you. So, but as always, you always have the ability to reject this or to claim it by just commenting, I claim this 1111 in the comments, or commenting, I reject this. So you're feeling like there's a new beginning approaching for you. I do feel like you're quite anxious, quite insecure about this new beginning, but you do feel like there is a new beginning around the corner. But I feel like this is more to do with you're worried about, am I going to have the affluence, or am I going to be able to progress myself forward in the right direction? It's almost like, how am I going to be in the future? How am I going to be moving forward? Like, there is this worry about affluence going forward. But is this a yes or is this a no? Is this a yes or is it a no? I do feel like it is a yes, and I feel like there's some positive communication with this. I would be aware, though, that I do feel like, although you're worrying about affluenceness, like money, financial kind of things, I do feel like actually this is really positive for you. So I'm going to go on now to the next one, which is Taurus. So Taurus, hello there Taurus, this is your star sign reading, yes or no, any question. So I'm going to get some resonation cards to begin with to see if this reading is resonating with you. But please feel free to claim or reject this just by commenting, I claim this down in the comments, or I reject this down in the comments. So I claim this 11/11, or I reject this. So how are you feeling right now, Taurus? Lack of movement forward here, lack of communication. Not really doing the self-improvement, if we're being honest right now. Like, you're not really kind of improving yourself right now. You're kind of avoiding that self-improvement. Kind of almost like, just like lack of movement forward, lack of progression in life. Feeling a bit stagnant, I feel like, in general. Like, you feel like your life is stagnant. You feel like your life is going nowhere, kind of thing. Like, you feel that stagnation. You feel that frustration of things are stagnant for me. But is your answer a yes or a no? So I feel like this is a yes, but some of you either want this to be a no, or are very almost like fearful that it's a no, but like almost like to the extent of fearing of like that you're almost manifesting it into a no. But I do feel like this is a yes though, although there's a lot of anxiety around this because of the lack of movement, because of the lack of progression. I do feel like this is a yes, but as always, feel free to accept or reject this. So we're going to go on now to Gemini. So Geminis. We have got the Five of Pentacles here, Geminis. So I feel like the way you're feeling at the moment, Geminis, is almost like you're overlooked. And I feel like that's one of the reasons why I kind of didn't even mention about the resonation cards. You're feeling very overlooked. You're feeling like you're putting a lot of emotions in this. You're working really hard, and you're not getting the payoff yet. I feel like almost like feeling like I'm not getting the payoff. Like, I do want to say though here, like, I feel like your hard work will pay off in the end though. Although you feel like people are ignoring you right now, your hard work will pay off, Geminis. But I feel like there is an element here of being undervalued. I feel like that it is a little bit of an element here of you have been undervaluing yourself for a while. So be cautious about that. But your particular question that you're asking about right now, is it a yes or is it a no? And please feel free to either accept this by typing in 1111 into the comment section, or typing in I reject this down below. So is it a yes or is it a no? I feel like it is a bit of a not at this time. With the Ten of Cups here, I do feel like you'll eventually get this, but I almost feel like this is not at this time. Like there's some sort of delay or some sort of being held back a little bit. Like, yes, I do feel like this is going to pay off eventually, but there is some insecurities here holding this back from being a yes. And I feel like that's the reason why I don't want to say yes, is because there's these insecurities that are really holding it back from being that yes that you deserve, basically. So really kind of take a step back from this, especially if you want to manifest this moving forward. Take a step back in general and kind of go, you know what? I need to kind of take a step back from this. I need to take a step away from this. And I need to really focus on where do I want to go from here? How do I want to move forward from here? So bear that in mind going forward. But I do feel like this is quite positive for you. I just feel like you're being undervalued, underappreciated, and I do feel like that's something you're having to work on. So I hope that helps you out though, Geminis. I hope that helps you out. But as always, feel free to reject or accept this. So Cancers, what do you need to know today, Cancers? I'm going to get you some resonation cards to begin with, so you know if this reading is resonating with you or not. So Cancers, how are you feeling right now, Cancers, to help you resonate with this reading? Other people people around you, those around you, are pulling back their energy from you, and I feel like they're pulling back their energy, and you're pulling back your energy to some extent. But I do feel like it wasn't you that instigated it. It was them that instigated this moving forward. It was them that instigated this pulling back. I do feel like with the Eight of Cups though here, that there is this element here of moving forward, of you are focused on where you're going forward, next offers coming in, your next transition towards something new. So like, where am I transitioning to? Where am I heading to? And I feel like you're very focused on that transition right now. I do feel like though with the Queen of Wands here, there is lack of communication, a little bit of isolation for you Cancers. So you're feeling a little bit like you're isolated, a little bit like you're kind of being left out on your own. But I feel like you already know that there's going to be some positive steps forwards or positive changes forwards, because almost like you're like in this mindset of I am a go-getter. I am heading forward. I'm a go-getter. I'm heading forward. I'm going to get what I need. I'm going to get what I want. And I feel like this is kind of really bringing this lightness and this brightness into you. So it's really positive here, I feel like, Cancers. But what about your yes or no? Like, is it a yes or is it a no? Because I almost wanted to just kind of scoop those up and hide it away. Because you're like, I'm done. I'm dusty with that now. Where am I going next? So I do feel like here that you are in that stage of like progression. But is the answer to your question a yes or a no? Is the answer to your question a yes or a no? I feel like it can be a yes. And the reason why I want to say it can be a yes, because I feel like it is a yes, it can be, but there is a danger here, and like sometimes things aren't set in stone. The danger here is other people distracting you, especially with the Empress card coming out on top. Other people that you're dealing with, other people around you, may distract you from this, from being able to get this yes, being able to get this kind of progression. Be aware of that, because I feel like it is a yes, but you need to make sure that other people don't distract you, don't kind of pull you off of where you need to go or how you need to move forward from here. So bear that in mind, because I feel like there is a real danger here of getting distracted by it all and kind of missing out on your shot or missing out on your chance here. So bear that in mind as you kind of go forward and as you kind of progress forward. So we're going to go on now to Leos. So Leos. So we're going to do some resonation cards to begin with, Leos, but bear in mind you can always reject or accept this reading just by commenting 1111, I accept this, into the comment section, or just commenting I reject this. So Leos. How are you feeling right now, Leos? I know things keep on going out of focus. Sorry about that. So, Leos, how are you feeling right now? You've been putting a lot of hard work in. You are feeling a little bit exhausted, a little bit devalued, but you've been putting a lot of hard work in. I feel like many of you Leos have kind of dusted yourself off and kind of gone, you know what, I'm exhausted, I've been working really hard, but you know what, I'm going to try with the Hangman, I'm going to try and do this self-improvement, I'm going to try and help myself to progress and help myself to get to a stage where I am doing well. So I do feel like there is an element here of you trying to do that and trying to progress yourself, so bear that in mind. With the reverse of the Three of Cups here though, I do feel like there is this element here of like either overspending or just not having enough money to pay for everything. So there is that exhaustion from that, both financially and emotionally right now in your life. But as for your question, is it a yes or is it a no though? Is it a yes or is it a no? I feel like for many of you, you feel like it's a no, but I feel like it is going to be a yes. And the reason why I feel like it's a no is because there's almost this fear of isolation, or fear of people rejecting you, or fear of people putting you away. So there is this element of fear here, Leos. There is definitely this element of fear here. Bearing that in mind though, because I feel like that you are kind of feeling a little bit exhausted here, a little bit run down. But I feel like actually you can have some really good progression and really good movement forward here if you really want to. I just feel like that unfortunately you have had a raw deal of it. I feel like you have had a bit of a raw deal of this. But do know that you are, it's almost like you're owed a win by the universe. Like, you know, you're ready for a win or you're owed a win. So bear that in mind. But as always, feel free to reject or accept this by typing 1111 in chat in the comment section to accept this, or typing in I reject this. So Virgos. So we're going to get some resonation cards for you, Virgos, so you know whether this reading is for you or not. And as always, feel free to either accept this by typing 1111 in the comment section, or typing I reject this. So with the Judgment card here, I really feel like actually with the Judgment card you're coming to decisions, you're making judgments about your life, and this is after injustice, that's after dealing with a lot of unfairness. This is almost like you putting your foot down. For many of you Virgos, you've literally had people that have been taking advantage of you or taking up all your time or energy, and you're kind of like, you know what, I'm done. I'm making a judgment call to say no more of this, no more of this. I'm putting my healthy boundaries. I'm kind of saying this is what I want to do, this isn't what I want to do. And I feel like you're kind of rejecting this, you're kind of pushing this away. So this is kind of good though. This is almost like you reclaiming your power, reclaiming your energy, and reclaiming your sense of self this time. But what about your question though? Is this a yes or is this a no? Is this a yes or is this a no? I do feel like this is a no here. We've got the Ace of Wands here. We've got lack of communication. The Queen of Pentacles here. We have got like lack of energy. Like your energy is being drained. Your energy is kind of being flown away. So bear in mind with this. Bear in mind with this, because I feel like your energy is just being drained. Like it's being drained over and over and over again. So bear that in mind, Virgos. So I do feel like it's a no, but I feel like this is going to lead to more movement forward later on. But like I said before, feel free to comment down below whether you want to accept this or reject this. So I'm going to go on now to Libras. Libras. So Libras. How are you feeling right now, Libras? So we're going to get some resonation cards for you, Libras, but feel free to either accept this reading or reject it by commenting I accept this 1111 in the comments, or I reject this if you want to reject this. We've got the Knight of Swords here. I feel like there is this rush of communication rushes coming in. And I feel like with the Moon card, there is this emotional ups and downs that is happening here for you. And I feel like with the King of Cups here, you're kind of almost like emotionally drained from this. So there's a lot of action going along. There's been a lot of emotional ups and downs for you, Libra, over the last few weeks or months. And I feel like you're kind of emotionally drained from it. I don't want to say exhaustion, because I do feel like you're physically getting things done. But you are emotionally exhausted, like emotionally drained, so bear that in mind. But we're going to go into it now of whether this is a yes or a no. So is the answer to your question a yes or a no? I do feel like it's a no here with the Two of Wands here. I feel like you feel a little bit disconnected, a little bit like you're having to do all the hard work yourself. You're having to kind of take charge. You're kind of exhausted from that, specifically emotionally exhausted. But I feel like this is a big no, unfortunately, and I don't feel like that you should be putting up with like how people are emotionally draining you right now. So there is some sort of work that needs to be done on that as well. But as always, feel free to either accept this or reject this by commenting down in the comment section down below. And we are going to go on now to Scorpio. So Scorpios. How are you feeling about this situation right now? So you can get your yes or no answer. Please bear in mind, if you want to reject this reading, just type in chat into the comments down below, I reject this, or type I accept this 1111 if you want to accept this. How are you feeling right now, Scorpios? Like you're at the peak of a new beginning and you've been working really hard at bringing about that new beginning, implementing that new beginning. And I do want to say implementing because I feel like you have been creating it, implementing it. But somebody, like lots of people have been treating you like you are not worth the time, or you cannot create this, or you cannot do this. So you've had a lot of negative people around you saying you can't do this, or you can't create this, or you can't do this, which has been causing a lot of emotional stress and emotional strife for you. So please bear that in mind. But as always, feel free to reject or accept this reading. But we're going to say, is the answer to your question a yes? Or is it a no? Is the answer to your question a yes or a no? I do feel like it's a no here, and I feel like it's almost like you're having to kind of go into a new tribe of people, or a new group of people, a group of people that resonate with you more. So I do feel like it is a no, but I almost feel like that this is like kind of saving you from that stagnation, or saving you from that problems, saving you from those issues. So please bear that in mind. But we're going to go on now to the next reading, but feel free to accept or reject this, Scorpios. So Sagittarius. So we're going to get some resonation cards for you, Sagittarius, to begin with. But feel free to either accept this or reject this by commenting in the comment section down below. Either I accept this 1111 or I reject this if you want to reject this. But how is Sagittarius is feeling right now? Like you're being kept in the dark. You are trying to bring out communication. I feel like you are starting to bring out communication, but you're trying to avoid those communications right now. One thing I would say though with the Queen of Pentacles here, there is this lack of communication or lack of hard work going into things from other people around you. Like other people around you are not putting the hard work in, not putting the effort in. They are kind of a bit distracted, and I feel like they're dealing with a fair bit of distractions themselves. Like, so that is causing some issues here and some problems here. But I feel like there is an element here of like you're having to kind of deal with that, you're having to kind of move forward with that. But bear that in mind as you go forward. But as always, feel free to accept or reject this. So what is the answer to your question though? Your yes or no question, is it a yes? Or is it a no? So straight off the bat, I really feel like this is a big yes. We've got the Three of Pentacles here, your hard work is paying off, and we've got the Wheel of Fortune as well. The only thing I'd say that's a little bit negative here is you might be dealing with deceptive people or people that are a bit jealous. So that might be causing a little bit of heartbreak or a little bit of heart upset there. You know, that might be causing a little bit of upset for you. But I don't feel like this is a big thing. I feel like this is something that you can kind of overcome quite quickly. I just feel like there is a little bit of upset or heartbreak there that you need to be aware of. But feel free to accept or reject this, Sagittarius. And we're going to go on now to the next reading. So the next reading is for Capricorn. So Capricorn. How are you feeling right now, Capricorn? we have got the Nine of Cups here. So with the Nine of Cups here, I do feel like there is this element here with the Nine of Cups of feeling like nothing you are doing right now is valuable to other people or valued by other people. I almost feel like there's a little bit of a woe is me here. Oh, nothing I ever do is good enough. Nothing I ever do is really able to fulfill others. Like there is this, oh, I'm exhausted. Oh, I'm not really sure. With the reverse of the King of Wands here, there is a lot of lack of communication and lack of kind of talk here. So bear that in mind, like people aren't really communicating around you. Although I do feel like the Strength card coming out as well, I do feel like other people do value you. You're just not seeing the value in yourself is what I'm trying to get at. Like you feel like nobody else values you and you're like, oh no, it's true, nobody else values me, but it's not true that people do value me. It's almost like you're rejecting the belief system of that you have value or you bring value to the society or bring value to people around you. So be aware of that. That is a little bit of a negative thought pattern, a negative thought cycle. So be aware of that. But we're going to go into your actual question now, but feel free to reject or accept this. Just comment down below, I accept this 1111 or I reject this. So Capricorn, how are you feeling right now, Capricorn? Is it a yes or is it a no? Is it a yes or is it a no? Is the answer your question a yes or a no? I do feel like it is a yes, but I feel like you are, because you are devaluing yourself, you are putting yourself down so much, you are presuming it's going to be a no because nothing ever good happens to you, that kind of mentality. But I do feel like this is a yes. I do feel like this is a positive change, positive movement forward, positive things coming forward. So bear that in mind. I feel like this is quite positive for you, Capricorn. This is really positive for you. So bear that in mind. So going to go on now, Capricorns, but please feel free to reject or accept this down below in the comments. So Aquarius, how are you feeling right now, Aquariuses? How's the Aquariuses feeling right now? We have got the Justice card in reverse here. You're feeling like, I feel like, I don't want to say you're feeling like you're having injustice because you are having injustice. So yes, you have the feeling of injustice, but it's true that people are treating you pretty badly right now, Aquarius, not gonna lie. I almost feel like you need some protection around you, and the reason why I'm saying that is like I'm getting drawn to the gemstones, but I'm not even getting drawn to just one. I'm getting drawn to like the quartz, I'm getting drawn to the hematite, I'm getting drawn to like all of them, almost all of the protection ones. So I feel like you need a lot of protection at this time because you have a lot of people that are acting very much out for themselves. So although they do have the bitterness and their anger, it's more like, I just want myself, I just want to take care of myself, I just want to focus on myself, that kind of mentality. So bear that in mind. I do feel like with the Ace of Wands here, there is lack of communication, a lot of lack of communication, bear that in mind. With the Two of Pentacles here though, but there is this back and forth, and you're starting to take control, you're starting to take focus. Yes, you do feel a little bit stuck right now because you have a lot of these negative people around you that are just after themselves, out for themselves, which makes it quite difficult to manifest something yourself. Because when you're around people like that, that are a bit sketchy, I have no other words to say that, a bit sketchy. When you're around people like that, they're a bit sketchy. They don't realise that abundance is all around you. Like, there's no use in competing. Like for example with YouTubers, like some YouTubers are like, oh, they're watching that tarot reader's channel, then I'm going to get mad at them, I'm going to get angry at them because they're not watching me. People can watch both, you know, because just because that person's succeeding doesn't mean that the other person can't succeed as well. We can both succeed together, we can both progress together, and that's when you get into the true abundance mindset. You're like, oh cool, my friend's doing well, or oh cool, that other person's doing well, that's fine. You stop getting to this bitterness or going, oh, it's not fair, nobody else is like helping me, or nobody else is kind of focused on what I need, that kind of mentality. So be careful about that, be cautious about that, because I feel like there is an element here of you're kind of really kind of getting stuck in that negative thought pattern or negative thought cycle. So bear that in mind, Aquarius. I do feel like there is a lot of element here of having to kind of deal with people that are negative, so bear that in mind. But is the answer to the question that you want to know about a yes or a no? Feel free always to reject or accept this reading. Either comment 1111, I accept this, or just comment I reject this down below. So is the answer to your question a yes or a no? I do feel like it's a no, but I feel like this is a no because you're having to see things from a new perspective, or you're having to go into a new direction. So bear that in mind. I feel like it is a no, but it's because you're having to go into a new direction or a new perspective. So there is this element of like, I need to change things up, I need to change the pace of things, I need to change the direction of things, that kind of thing. I feel like there is this change of direction or change of pace here at play. So bear that in mind. There is this change of direction or change of pace. But as always, feel free to reject or accept this. But we're going to go on now to Pisces. So Pisces. We're going to get some resonation cards for you at the moment, but feel free to either reject or accept this reading by commenting down below, I accept this, or commenting down below, I reject this, whichever you feel drawn to the most. But we're going to just see how you are feeling right now. So Pisces, how are you feeling right now? Like you're energized. I feel like many of you Pisces are starting to feel passionate again. You're starting to make better judgment calls for yourself. You're starting to get more progression forward. You're starting to I almost want to get loads of cards for you. You're getting all these piles and piles and piles and piles and piles of good progression right now. I feel like it is after a period of being down or being drained, and you are really working hard and focusing on shifting yourself into this new mindset. And you've worked hard on your mindset. You worked hard on shifting yourself into this reality of that you are a go-getter, you are creating things, you are getting what you want. Quite positive, really good positive. And I feel like there is this aura in general of abundance around you. But as for your question, is it a yes or is it a no, Pisces? Is the answer to the question a yes or is it a no? Is the answer to the question a yes or a no? Yeah, I feel like it is a yes. But I feel like there might be a little bit of a not in the way you expected. Although I do feel like this is a yes, it might be not in the way you expected. For example, some people are like, am I going to get a job soon? And they expect to get a job at a certain place, and it turns out to be another place. That kind of mentality. It might be in a new direction, or it might be in a different direction than you were expecting. But it is a yes, though, so do take it as positive. But as always, feel free to either accept this or reject it by commenting down below.